Alrighty, so today's chat is all about flexibility. This is something that I get really passionate / wound up about. Flexibility is one of those things that people think is a nice to have. They think you are either genetically flexible or you are genetically inflexible. And then look, there's like everything, there is a modicum of truth around that. But like everything, practice makes perfect. Now, why do I get so upset about this? Because flexibility is integral to everything you do in everyday life and also your training. It is one of the easiest things to train and therefore no one does. It is something you should do after every single exercise session, and it's all about increasing your range of movement, particularly as you get stronger. Cool. So when asked, what most people will tell you about flexibility is it's how far you can move, and it's considered a nice to have. Where I think it needs to be more important and it needs to be really conveyed about why it is so important, flexibility is one of the best ways to improve your strength and your speed and your power. Look at it this way. When you go for, say, like a longer distance run, let's say 10 kilometers and above, you'll get to the point where as you're running, you can feel legs are starting to tighten up. You start to, your stride gets shorter, your joints start to ache. So when we talk flexibility, we're not just talking muscles, we're talking ligaments, we're talking tendons, all the bits and pieces through your joints and your muscle system that hold you together. The more flexible you are, so the longer your muscles and ligaments and tendons are, while without being overstretched, the longer they are, the longer you have before they shorten to the point of debilitating you. So if you have a greater flexibility, you have a natural greater endurance before they tighten up to the point where it starts to hurt on a longer distance run. The same can be said for things like power and explosive action. If you are more flexible, you can recruit a longer range of muscle fiber to recruit into something like an explosive touch-up. If you've got a longer range and you can still execute the same force, you are going to jump higher. If you have a longer range and you can exert the same force quickly, you're going to be able to sprint faster. If you are supremely tight and you can only move your leg that far, that's going to slow down your ultimate speed. So flexibility is not just about injury prevention. Flexibility is about improving your training as a whole. How often should you be stretching? Every day, man. Every day, after every single session. It doesn't have to be long, but you should be spending about 5 minutes stretching out all the major muscles in your legs, all the tendons and things behind your knees, your shoulders, elbows, up through your upper back. It doesn't take long. 5 minutes after every session. Thing is, when you're tired, you just want to get out. You finished your workout, you're exhausted, stretching is the last thing you want to do. However, as you get older, you are going to become really dependent on your flexibility. You see it all the time. You see guys in their 30s unable to touch their toes. If you are under 50 years of age, there is no reason you should not be able to touch your toes. And I'm being really generous there because even if you are 50 years or older, you should definitely be able to touch your toes, barring some kind of injury. So, 5 minutes after every session is going to help improve your flexibility. It's going to look after your body, and it is the world's easiest thing to do. If you want some ideas on a quick stretching routine, a 5-minute one, I've got a couple that we've developed ourselves from AssumeIt'sPossible. I am more than happy to send those through. You get in touch and I'll just send it through to Facebook, email, whatever you like. And for those of you who say flexibility is a genetic, natural gift, nah man, I am a mid-30s male. If I can do full range splits, there is no reason you can't do it too. It'll take you about 3, maybe 4 months of practicing every single day, but by the end of it, there's no reason